Have you ever wondered about a water so miraculous and revered that its very existence has inspired millions of hearts over the centuries? The story of Zamzam, the sacred water, is one of divine mercy and eternal hope. A tale that begins in the barren deserts of Arabia and continues to nourish the souls of believers around the world. It is a narrative woven into the fabric of Islamic tradition, where faith, perseverance, and the benevolence of Allah converge to create a source of life and healing. This is the story of Zamzam, a story that reminds us that even in the midst of isolation and hardship, divine providence is ever present, ready to transform despair into hope. The origins of Zamzam date back to a time when the vast arid deserts of Arabia were little more than an endless expanse of sand and solitude. In those early days, before the rise of great cities and flourishing civilizations, there lived a noble woman named Hagar, Hajar, the wife of Prophet Abraham, and the mother of his beloved son, Ishmael. When Ibrahim received a divine command from Allah, he embarked on a journey that would forever change the course of history. He was instructed to leave Hagar and the infant Ismail in an inhospitable valley near what would later become the holy city of Mecca. With unwavering faith in Allah's wisdom, Hagar embraced her fate and, along with her son, was left to face the vast solitude of the desert. Alone and vulnerable in this desolate land, Hagar's heart was heavy with the pain of separation and the uncertainty of survival. The scorching sun, relentless sand, and the overwhelming silence of the desert seemed to echo her isolation. Yet, amidst this formidable trial, her faith shone like a beacon. Convinced that Allah's mercy would prevail even in the harshest conditions, Hagar began a desperate search for sustenance to quench her thirst and that of her son. In her anguish and determination, she ran back and forth between the two gentle hills of Safa and Marwa, a journey that would later be commemorated in the rituals of Hajj. As she dashed from one hill to the other, her steps were fueled not by despair, but by hope, and every drop of sweat was an offering to the Almighty, who had not forsaken her. It was during one of these frantic runs, when hope seemed nearly extinguished, that Allah's divine intervention manifested in the most miraculous of ways. As Hagar's feet pounded the hot, unforgiving ground, a sudden gush of water burst forth from the earth at the very spot where her son Ismail lay. This was the birth of the Zamzam well, a gift of life that flowed forth from the mercy of Allah, intended to sustain Hagar and her child. In that moment, the parched desert was transformed into a sanctuary of nourishment, a living testimony to the power and compassion of the Creator. The divine origin of Zamzam is further underscored by the eternal words of the Holy Quran, which remind believers of Allah's capacity to provide for His creation in miraculous ways. The divine origin of Zamzam is further underscored by the eternal words of the Holy Quran, which remind believers of Allah's capacity to provide for His creation in miraculous ways. While the Quran does not explicitly mention the name Zamzam, its verses resonate with the same spirit of hope and providence that Hagar experienced. For instance, Allah says in Surah Al-Baqarah, "And mention when we designated the house, the Kaaba, as a place of return for the people and a place of security." Quran 2:125. This verse serves as a reminder that sacred spaces and miraculous blessings are intertwined with divine mercy, offering refuge and sustenance to those who believe. Similarly, the Quran assures us that Allah's bounty extends even to the most desolate places, turning barren land into a source of life and blessing. As the years passed, the Zamzam well grew in significance, not merely as a miraculous water source, but as a cornerstone of faith for the descendants of Ibrahim and Hagar. It became an integral part of the heritage of the people of Mecca, and its waters were believed to have healing properties that could cure ailments and soothe the troubled spirit. Throughout history, countless pilgrims have journeyed to Mecca to partake of Zamzam's water, each sip a reaffirmation of their faith and a connection to the divine promise made to Hagar. The sacred well, with its cool, refreshing waters, symbolizes Allah's enduring care for His creation and the unbreakable bond between the Creator and His servants. The responsibility for this miraculous gift is as clear as the water itself. It is the work of Allah, the All-Merciful, who in His infinite wisdom ensured that Hagar and Ismail would not be left to perish in the desert. Allah's act of providing Zamzam was not merely a practical solution to quench physical thirst. It was a profound demonstration of divine love and trust. By bestowing this blessing upon Hagar, Allah was also laying the foundation for the future greatness of Mecca, a city that would become the spiritual center of Islam. In this context, Zamzam is more than a well. It is a living emblem of faith, perseverance, and the miraculous power of Allah's intervention in human affairs. The story of Zamzam also finds its reflection in the words of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who emphasized the sacred nature and extraordinary virtues of this blessed water. In several authentic hadith, the Prophet extolled the virtues of Zamzam, describing it as a source of healing and a remedy for every ailment. One such narration, recorded in Sahih Muslim, states, "The water of Zamzam is a cure for every disease." Sahih Muslim. Another hadith emphasizes the incomparable status of this water by declaring, "There is no food nor drink better than the water of Zamzam." Sahih Muslim. These prophetic traditions not only elevate the status of Zamzam in the hearts of believers, but also serve as a timeless reminder of the profound connection between divine miracles and the sustenance of life. The miraculous properties of Zamzam are not confined to the annals of history. They continue to be experienced by millions of pilgrims who visit Mecca every year. Today, Zamzam water is carefully managed and preserved by dedicated authorities who ensure that its purity and sanctity remain intact. Modern technology and meticulous quality control measures are employed to maintain the water's natural properties, allowing pilgrims to receive this blessed water in its purest form. Whether consumed directly from the well during the Hajj pilgrimage or bottled and distributed worldwide, Zamzam water remains a symbol of divine benevolence and a tangible reminder of Allah's compassion for humanity. The journey of Zamzam from a miraculous spring in the desert to its current status as a global symbol of faith is a story of transformation and enduring legacy. In the early days, the well was nothing more than a small, unassuming source of water emerging from the barren earth. Yet, over time, as the generations passed and the population of Mecca grew, Zamzam evolved into a beacon of hope and a vital resource for the community. Its waters quenched the thirst of travelers, nourished the inhabitants of the holy city, and became an integral part of the religious rituals performed by Muslims around the world. The continuous flow of Zamzam water is a testament to the enduring promise of Allah, whose blessings are as boundless as the desert sands. The sacred water of Zamzam also played a crucial role in the life of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and his companions. During their arduous journeys and battles, the provision of Zamzam water served as a source of strength and comfort. The Prophet himself encouraged his followers to drink from Zamzam, recognizing its ability to revitalize the body and soothe the soul. In this way, the well became not only a symbol of divine provision, but also a source of communal unity and spiritual renewal. It is said that during the Hajj pilgrimage, when the throngs of pilgrims gather around the Kaaba, the ritual of drinking Zamzam water fosters a sense of shared purpose and collective devotion, a reminder that every drop is a blessing from Allah. In the modern era, The significance of Zamzam has only deepened as millions of Muslims from every corner of the globe make the pilgrimage to Mecca. For many, the experience of drinking Zamzam water is a deeply personal and transformative moment, a chance to reconnect with the divine and renew one's commitment to faith. The water, which has traversed the sands of time, carries with it the weight of history and the promise of divine favor. It is a living link between the past and the present, a bridge that connects the trials of Hagar in the lonely desert with the spiritual aspirations of contemporary believers. The well is a manifestation of the belief that no matter how dire one's circumstances may seem, divine assistance is always near. It encapsulates the idea that Allah's blessings are not limited by time or place, and that His care for His creation is manifest in every corner of the universe. This timeless narrative is interwoven with lessons of perseverance, faith, and the importance of trusting in Allah's plan. Hagar's desperate search for water, her tireless running between Safa and Marwa, and the eventual emergence of Zamzam all serve as powerful metaphors for the human condition. This timeless narrative is interwoven with lessons of perseverance, faith, and the importance of trusting in Allah's plan. Hagar's desperate search for water, her tireless running between Safa and Marwa, and the eventual emergence of Zamzam all serve as powerful metaphors for the human condition. They remind us that in the midst of life's most challenging trials, we too can find a miraculous source of strength and inspiration if we remain steadfast in our faith. As the Quran eloquently states, "And whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him." Quran 65:3. This verse encapsulates the essence of Hagar's experience and the enduring legacy of Zamzam, a divine assurance that when we place our trust in the Almighty, we are never truly abandoned. The sacred well has also become a unifying symbol within the Islamic community. In a world often divided by cultural, social, and political differences, Zamzam water offers a common ground where all Muslims, regardless of their background, can come together in worship and gratitude. Its universal appeal lies in its ability to transcend linguistic and geographical barriers, speaking directly to the hearts of believers with its silent promise of hope and renewal. Whether one is a scholar, a traveler, or a humble pilgrim, the story of Zamzam resonates deeply, affirming the shared values of faith, humility, and resilience that lie at the heart of Islam. Over the centuries, numerous accounts of miraculous events involving Zamzam water have been recorded by historians and travelers alike. Stories abound of how the water has provided relief in times of famine, healed the sick, and even restored hope in the bleakest of situations. These accounts, passed down through generations, have only strengthened the belief in Zamzam's divine origins and its unique ability to transform lives. For many, the water is not merely a physical substance, but a conduit for divine blessings, a tangible reminder of the miracles that occur when human faith meets the infinite power of Allah. The story of Zamzam also reflects the evolution of human civilization and the ways in which ancient traditions adapt to modern realities. In the early days, when the well first sprang forth in the barren desert, it was a solitary miracle witnessed only by Hagar and Ismail. Over time, as Mecca grew into a thriving center of trade, learning, and spirituality, Zamzam water became an essential part of the urban landscape. The once hidden spring was gradually transformed into a carefully maintained source of life, with sophisticated systems in place to ensure that its sacred waters remained pure and accessible to all who sought them. This transformation is a testament to the enduring relevance of divine miracles in a rapidly changing world, where ancient wisdom continues to guide modern innovation. Today, state-of-the-art facilities and rigorous quality controls preserve the sanctity of Zamzam water, ensuring that it remains untainted by the passage of time. Pilgrims who visit the Masjid al-Haram are often seen filling bottles and cups with the crystal-clear water. Their faces alight with joy and reverence. The sight of these faithful devotees, united in their devotion and awe, is a powerful reminder of the unbroken chain of miracles that stretches from the days of Hagar to the present moment. It is an enduring symbol of how the blessings of Allah continue to flow, undiminished by the challenges of modern life. In the quiet moments of reflection during a pilgrimage, many find themselves overwhelmed by the profound symbolism of Zamzam water. Each sip is imbued with centuries of history, each drop a reminder of a time when a mother's desperate search in a barren desert was met with divine mercy. The water is a living link to the past, a connection to the trials and triumphs of those who came before us, and a beacon of hope for the future. It speaks of a world where faith is tested and renewed, where every hardship is met with the promise of divine intervention, and where the miracles of Allah are manifest in the simplest yet most profound ways. The water is a living link to the past, a connection to the trials and triumphs of those who came before us, and a beacon of hope for the future. It speaks of a world where faith is tested and renewed, where every hardship is met with the promise of divine intervention, and where the miracles of Allah are manifest in the simplest yet most profound ways. In one hadith, the Prophet is reported to have said, "The water of Zamzam is a cure for every disease." Sahih Muslim. Such statements not only underscore the physical benefits of Zamzam water, but also its spiritual significance, reinforcing the belief that Allah's blessings are multifaceted and all-encompassing. Through these prophetic traditions, Zamzam is elevated from a mere natural phenomenon to a divine gift that nurtures both the body and the soul. The legacy of Zamzam is not confined to its historical origins or its miraculous properties. It is also reflected in the lives of those who draw inspiration from its story. Families pass down tales of Hagar's resilience and the miraculous spring to their children, instilling in them a sense of wonder and reverence for the divine. Scholars write treatises on the historical and spiritual significance of Zamzam, drawing connections between ancient miracles and contemporary faith. Artists and poets find in its story a source of endless inspiration, their works celebrating the beauty and mystery of a water that has transcended time and space. In every sphere of life, from the quiet corners of a humble home to the grand halls of learning, the story of Zamzam continues to echo as a testament to the enduring power of divine mercy. The sacred water of Zamzam is, in many ways, a microcosm of the broader Islamic message, a message of hope, resilience, and unwavering trust in Allah's plan. It reminds believers that even in the most desolate circumstances, there is always a source of sustenance and renewal waiting to be discovered. The sacred water of Zamzam is, in many ways, a microcosm of the broader Islamic message, a message of hope, resilience, and unwavering trust in Allah's plan. It reminds believers that even in the most desolate circumstances, there is always a source of sustenance and renewal waiting to be discovered. This profound lesson, encapsulated in the story of Zamzam, continues to resonate with millions around the world, offering a beacon of light in a sometimes dark and uncertain world. In reflecting upon the story of Zamzam, one cannot help but be moved by the sheer magnitude of Allah's compassion. The well is a manifestation of the divine promise that no soul is ever left in isolation, that every trial is met with the potential for renewal, and that every hardship can be transformed into a blessing. This narrative, rooted in the ancient sands of Arabia, is as relevant today as it was thousands of years ago. It speaks to the universal human experience of struggle, and the quest for meaning, offering a timeless reminder that faith, when coupled with perseverance, can yield miracles beyond our wildest imaginations. The miraculous origins of Zamzam have also inspired numerous interpretations and reflections among scholars and mystics throughout the centuries. Many have seen in its story an allegory for the journey of the soul, a journey marked by periods of desolation, followed by moments of divine illumination. The act of Hagar, running between the hills of Safa and Marwa, is often seen as symbolic of the inner struggle that every believer faces in their quest for spiritual fulfillment. Each step, each heartbeat, is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the infinite capacity of Allah's mercy. Such interpretations have enriched the cultural and spiritual heritage of Islam, offering layers of meaning that continue to inspire both the mind and the heart. Modern pilgrims, standing before the ancient well at the heart of Mecca, often find themselves overcome with emotion as they contemplate the profound history embedded in each drop of Zamzam water. In the midst of the throngs of people from every corner of the globe, there is a palpable sense of unity and shared destiny, a recognition that the blessings of Allah transcend time, language, and nationality. For many, the act of drinking Zamzam water is a deeply personal experience, one that reconnects them with the trials of Hagar and the eternal promise of divine grace. It is an act of devotion, a silent prayer of gratitude for the sustenance that has nurtured countless generations. The sacred well of Zamzam is more than just a historical relic. It is a living symbol of the miracles that arise when human vulnerability meets divine intervention. Its waters, cool and clear, carry with them the legacy of a mother's unwavering faith and the boundless mercy of the Almighty. The narrative of Zamzam is interwoven with themes of sacrifice, perseverance, and redemption, universal truths that resonate deeply within the human soul. In a world that is often marked by uncertainty and strife, the story of Zamzam stands as a beacon of hope, a reminder that even the most desolate places can be transformed by the grace of Allah. The journey of Zamzam, from a miraculous spring to its current status as a cherished emblem of faith, is a testament to the enduring power of belief. Over the centuries, the well has witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the ebb and flow of civilizations, and yet it has remained a constant source of life and inspiration. It has adapted to the changing times, embraced modernity without losing its sacred essence, and continued to serve as a spiritual refuge for those in search of solace and renewal. This dynamic evolution, coupled with its timeless origins, makes the story of Zamzam one of the most captivating narratives in Islamic history. The legacy of Zamzam water is also intimately connected with the rites and rituals of Hajj, the pilgrimage that draws millions of Muslims to Mecca every year. During this sacred journey, the act of drinking Zamzam water is imbued with profound spiritual significance. The water is often taken back to distant lands, carried in carefully sealed containers as a symbol of hope and a token of the pilgrimage's blessings. In this way, Zamzam water serves as both a physical and spiritual sustenance, nourishing the body while uplifting the soul. The water is often taken back to distant lands, carried in carefully sealed containers as a symbol of hope and a token of the pilgrimage's blessings. In this way, Zamzam water serves as both a physical and spiritual sustenance, nourishing the body while uplifting the soul. The teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, further illuminate the significance of Zamzam in the lives of believers. His words, filled with wisdom and compassion, offer guidance on how to appreciate and benefit from this divine gift. In various hadith, he emphasized not only the physical virtues of Zamzam water, but also its ability to bring about spiritual healing and inner peace. One such narration, recorded in Sahih Muslim, extols the water as a remedy for ailments and a means to fortify one's faith. These prophetic insights serve as a reminder that Zamzam is not merely a relic of the past, but a living source of guidance and healing that continues to impact lives across generations. The profound impact of Zamzam is evident in the way its story has been passed down through oral tradition, written records, and artistic expressions over the centuries. Poets have written verses in its honor, scholars have penned treatises on its miraculous origins, and countless travelers have marveled at its ability to transform barren landscapes into sanctuaries of hope. This rich tapestry of narratives, woven into the cultural and spiritual heritage of Islam, ensures that the story of Zamzam remains alive in the hearts and minds of believers, inspiring them to persevere in the face of adversity and to trust in the boundless mercy of Allah. The story of Zamzam, with its humble beginnings in the heart of a desolate desert and its evolution into a symbol of divine providence, is a powerful reminder that miracles are not confined to the realm of myth or legend. They are real, tangible events that continue to shape the lives of millions, offering a wellspring of hope in times of need. The legacy of Hagar's unwavering faith, the miraculous emergence of Zamzam water, and the enduring promise of Allah's mercy are intertwined in a narrative that transcends time and place, a narrative that speaks directly to the human heart and affirms the eternal truth that with faith, no challenge is insurmountable. As we reflect upon the sacred story of Zamzam, we are invited to contemplate the deeper meanings embedded in its history. It is a story of loss and redemption, of isolation and divine companionship, of hardship transformed into hope by the inexhaustible love of Allah. The well stands as a timeless reminder that even in the midst of life's most trying moments, there is always a source of light and nourishment waiting to be discovered. Just as Hagar's desperate search in the barren desert led to the emergence of a life-giving spring, so too can our own journeys, no matter how arduous, be transformed by the grace of the Almighty. The continuing relevance of Zamzam is evident not only in the historical records and religious texts, but also in the lived experiences of millions of Muslims today. Its waters, drawn from a well that has sustained generations, serve as a daily reminder of the enduring power of faith and the promise that Allah's mercy is ever present. In every ritual, in every moment of quiet reflection during the pilgrimage, there is a deep sense of connection to the miraculous past and an unwavering belief in the divine future. Zamzam water, with its cool clarity and inherent purity, encapsulates the hope that no matter how challenging the path may be, the blessings of Allah will always guide us toward a brighter tomorrow. In the end, the story of Zamzam is more than just a historical account or a religious tradition. It is a living, breathing testament to the transformative power of divine intervention. It is a narrative that has been etched into the soul of Islam, celebrated in its verses and honored in its rituals. The sacred water of Zamzam continues to flow, not only as a physical substance that quenches thirst, but also as a symbol of renewal, resilience, and the eternal bond between Allah and His creation. Its story calls on each of us to find hope in the midst of adversity, to trust in the unseen miracles that shape our lives, and to recognize that every challenge carries with it the potential for divine grace. The miraculous well of Zamzam stands as a beacon in the vast desert, a constant reminder that even in the most desolate and forsaken places, Allah's mercy can bring forth life and abundance. It is a source of sustenance, a wellspring of healing, and a symbol of the unwavering bond between the Creator and His devoted servants. As believers continue to draw from its sacred waters, they are reminded that every drop is a gift, every sip a renewal of faith, and every moment an opportunity to witness the boundless generosity of Allah. May the story of Zamzam inspire us to embrace our own journeys with courage and hope. May it remind us that no matter how barren the landscape of our lives may seem, there is always a hidden spring of divine mercy waiting to burst forth and transform our world. And as we stand before the ancient well, feeling the cool, refreshing water on our lips, may we remember that we are part of a grand and timeless tradition, a tradition that celebrates the miracles of faith, the power of perseverance, and the enduring promise that Allah's blessings are always within reach. In every sense, the story of Zamzam is a testament to the beauty of divine intervention and the transformative power of faith. It is a narrative that has been cherished through the ages, a story that continues to nourish the spirit and strengthen the bonds of community among believers worldwide. From the humble beginnings of a mother's desperate search in a barren desert to the modern marvel of a well that sustains millions, Zamzam water remains a symbol of hope, a living reminder of Allah's eternal promise to care for His creation. It is a story that speaks to the very heart of what it means to believe, to trust, and to find solace in the knowledge that even in the darkest of times, there is a light that never fades. May this sacred story, recounted in the gentle flow of Zamzam water, continue to inspire and uplift every soul that seeks refuge in its divine promise. And may we all be reminded, through the miraculous legacy of Zamzam, that the blessings of Allah are limitless, His mercy is boundless, and His love endures forever.